everyone, I'm Dr. Sonali and I welcome you all to CSE Core Concepts in my Python series. And we are discussing about the object-oriented programming part in Python. And in my previous video, we have discussed about the concept of inheritance. So what do we basically mean by inheritance? That we have something called as a superclass, like a parent-child relationship, and you can have a subclass. So the subclass will can inherit the properties of the superclass, right? So this is what we have understood till now. So let us discuss about the types of inheritance. There are various types of inheritance by which the subclass can inherit the properties of the superclass. The very first type of inheritance is the single inheritance. That means you have a parent class, right? And you have you create a subclass which is a child class, right? And it is a direct relationship. There is nobody in between or multiple, nothing like that. So you have a derived class, or you can call it as a child class. It will inherit the properties from a single parent. Okay, there are not multiple parents, only from a single parent, and hence you can use this properties. Okay, so you have here, this is the parent class, right? So where you are defining a method, parent method, and you are printing something. This is just for a test, right? And you have a child class where you are calling the child, you are defining a child method. Now you are making an instance of the child class, and using this instance, first of all, you can of course call the method of the child class. Also you can call the method of the parent class also. This type of example which we have already seen in my previous video, the regular inheritance. Okay, so this is what is your a single inheritance. Now let us say, for example, classes can be derived. You have multiple parent class or base class. Understood? Let's say you have a mother and father. These are the two base classes. So you have a class mother. So you are saying you are printing the mother's name. You have a class called as father. Now the child will inherit the properties of both mother and father. Right. So now in this case, you will have to mention here that you have a son class which is inheriting from both of them. In single inheritance, we were only defining the name of the parent class where there is only one parent. Now since here there are two parents, you have to define both the base classes, and you can call the methods of both the same class, both the classes. Not a problem here, right? So you are defining an instance. Let us try this program out, okay, in our Google Colab. So we will define first of all two base classes. So first class is our, let's say, mother class, okay, where we are saying mother name. I am defining simply blank, right? Now I am defining a class called as your, let's say I am printing, okay, mother, okay, and obviously the argument is going to be self. So I can say self dot mother name is equals to mother, or you can directly print also. Let's print it directly, self dot mother name, right? This is what you have defined, one class. This is one of the parent class which you have defined. Now let's say, for example, you are again defining a class father in the similar way, where you have something called as the father name is equals to blank, right? And you are defining a function called as father with the argument self, okay, and you are simply printing self dot father name, right? So these are our two parent classes. Now let us discuss one child class. So class son. Now since it is inheriting from both mother and father, okay, so you can say mother comma father, right? So you are inheriting both of them, like here I have shown you. Now you can define, let's say, a function called as parents, right? So in the parents you have both the father and mother, right? So you since it is a method, so you can say, you can print them also. Let's say print father is your, let's say, self dot father name, right? And you are say printing mother, okay, and you are saying self dot mother name, right? So this is your child class. Now let us create an instance of the son class. S is equals to son, right? So I am creating an instance of the C here. I am creating an instance of the son class where I am assigning the father and the mother's name. Even I can take it input from the user, right? So you can say S dot mother name is equals to, let's say, Sumita, anything. Okay, S dot father name is equals to, let's say, Ram. Okay, so you want now you have to call the methods, right? So S dot mother you can call, right? And you can call S dot father, right? So this way you can even call the functions, right? Or you can even say parents. That is also enough. Okay, because mother name and father name, these are the two attributes which are there in the parent class, right? So you can say parents, right? So you can see father Ram, mother Sumita. So this has been printed. So what did it does? What did it did is that it has inherited from two parents. This is type of inheritance is called as multiple inheritance. Now you have another called as multi-level inheritance. Now what is it? When you have more than one level, like let's say you are saying there is a class called as grandfather, right? Now, there is an intermediate class father and there is a derived class son, right? So, indirectly, son will also be inherited to grandfather. So, how am I saying I have a class grandfather? I am using a constructor to initialize the grandfather's name. Right. Now I am defining an intermediate class father where I am deriving it from the grandfather. Again, I am calling the constructor, but here I have to include the grandfather's name also. So this is how I am calling the constructor grandfather. And I have a son, right? Son class is inheriting from father, but father is inheriting from grandfather. So obviously son will also inherit from grandfather. So he can use all the three names, right? So this is very, very interesting where you can have multi-level, right? So you have a, sorry, I can write it here. So you have a class called as grandfather, right? It is simple, a class. You have nobody. This is your base class, right? So this is your base class. I can create, I can write it in the capitals so as to differentiate. Now I can define the, okay, I will define one constructor, define init, and what is that? Self dot grandfather grandname, right? This is what I have written, right? So obviously when I'm using a constructor, so I have tried to write assign the value, so grand name, right? So this is my base class, right? Now I will define an intermediate class, class father, right? Now when I am saying father and I am inheriting it from the grandfather, so I have to mention grandfather here, right? Now here also I can write a constructor in it now, but here I will have to write father's name, okay, father name and grand name, right? See, AI helps us to write the code also, right? So in case if you forget, not a problem. So self dot father's name you have to assign a father name and your grandfather grand self. Okay, yeah. So now this is, since it is from, yeah, this you have to take care. This is from your this grandfather's name is from your base class. So you have to call the constructor. So what is the method of calling the constructor here? You have to mention the base class. Then you have to call the init constructor, and then you can say self dot grand name. I hope you understood. You have to remember this syntaxes, right? So done. Now let us create the derived class. So derived class is, let's say, son. Now this is being derived from the father, right? It's okay. Directly he is deriving from the father. So let me write a constructor in it. So it will be obviously self. Now you can have your son's name. You can have the father name, and you can also inherit from the grandfather, right? Name. right? Now, for self dot son's name, you can easily directly assign it, not a problem, right? Now, sorry. Now you have to call the constructor of the father, and you have to if you call the constructor of the father, you can directly write both of them. You don't have to call the constructor of the grandfather, right? So you can write down father dot, how do we call the constructor, and double underscore in it, then we will write self, then father name and grand name. Okay, this is what you have called it. So you can execute. So your all the classes are ready. Now you can directly create, you can print also. Okay, I forgot to write that piece of code. It's okay, we can again write it, and we can simply print all of them together also, not a problem. So you can write here define, let's say display, okay, display, then you can simply write print. You can directly print it, not a problem. Self dot son name, okay, self dot father's name, and okay, and the argument I have to print self, that is why it is giving me an error, and grand name. Okay, simply I am printing it, and I can re-execute. Now I can simply call a method of the son class, right? And I can directly give the values, not here only. So if son's name is Anil, then I can say the father's name is Ajay and Atul. Okay, so this is how you can do it, right? And you can simply call the method, if you are calling, let's say s dot grand, you can call the function here grandfather's name, that is okay. Or you can directly call the print function s dot print, display, so it will display. Okay, it is giving me an error over here because I have not defined the grand name. Just a minute, I will just look at the error here. Yeah, so self was missing, so I corrected it, and this is how this is being printed. Understood? So this is the case of your multi-level inheritance. And then comes the hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical means what? You can, like, in your multiple, you had two parents and one child. Here you can have one parent and two child. Okay, so this is hierarchical. So you create a class parent, okay, and you can create two child also who are deriving from the same base class. Rest is same, you can call the functions, right? So you can just try out this piece of code on your own. Now there is something called as an hybrid inheritance. Hybrid, well, the word means that when you are using a mixture of single, multiple, multi-level inheritance. Okay, so this type of cases are handled by MRO. What is MRO is called? Here it is method resolution order. So it will handle such cases. Let's say you have a base class school, right? Now you are having a derived class, that is a student one from the school. Okay, and you are defining a function 2 over here. Now you have another student S2 who is from also deriving. Now what is this case? This is the case of your what type of hierarchical, because you have two children, or you can call it single also. This is single, this is single. Okay, one by one they are single. Now I am defining a third class, okay, which is student 3, but it is using from student 1, okay, as well as the school. So school is our base class, understood, and student is our derived class. So from one derived class you are defining another derived class. So you can say this is something like an intermediate class for it, right? So you are using a hybrid inheritance, right? So this, there is a multiple inheritance also here, because you are deriving from two classes. There is a single inheritance. So when more than one type of inheritance are used, They are called as the hybrid inheritance. Rest all are same. The properties are same, that you can use the functions and methods of the parent class, right? So I hope you understood the types of inheritance. Now moving on forward, in my next video, we are going to discuss about the second pillar of object-oriented programming, that is polymorphism. So stay tuned to this channel and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to CSE Core Concepts. Thank you.